Hi friends, and welcome to another video. Today I'm taking you on a home visit with me. So I arrived at my client's house, and as I unpack my bag and equipment, I generally have a catch up to see how their feet are doing or if there are any concerns they may have, as well as any progress. This home visit, I didn't need to bring my footstool as my client had their own footrest that they used. I usually start by placing a puppy pad beneath my client's feet for the purpose of catching any nails and debris during the session. Next, I'll put on a clean disposable apron. Now, these aprons can be a right faff to open, and it can sometimes take me a little time to open it and put it on. Once that's done, I take out everything I may need for this particular home visit appointment, such as my face mask, my sterile instruments, set of burrs and gloves, and I usually put these unopened on the puppy pad I placed on the floor earlier for easy access. So now I'm taking out my e-file, well, the head of it anyway. So this is to minimize the amount of times I go into my domiciliary bag and potentially contaminate the contents within. So now I have everything I need. I then put on my disposable gloves and begin to start treatment. So the first thing that I usually do is check between the toes and do a quick assessment. So checking the pulses and the temperature of the feet. Some clients I use my Doppler, others I don't, depending on different factors. So not all appointments are the same. This is just one version of a few. So I've done my quick assessment, the objective on my soap notes. Now I'm carrying out a basic routine foot care treatment, which is cutting the toenails, reducing the thickness of the nails as well, removing some hard skin that's built up around the heel. And I use my blade for this, which you'll see in a moment. So I'm not too sure whether you guys know, but I use a very basic footstool as my seat when I work. It's very sturdy and comfortable. I think the only thing I struggle with is the posture during treatment. As you can see, I'm leaning over, and sometimes it can be like this for the whole appointment. I'm not sure if there is a way around it during home visits. I guess it's just making sure that I'm doing my best in creating a good level for myself. So it can be a bit hit and miss sometimes. Right, so here I'm using my ceramic burr. This is to reduce the thickness of the nail. So this reduces any pressure to make the toes, the nails more comfortable for my client. So I always wear a face mask to protect my lungs. I don't have a suction or a water drill, so I need to be very cautious that I don't end up causing health problems to myself. So while ceramic burrs are great at reducing the amount of dust produced, they still do produce a lot of it. So wearing a mask is very, very important. I also wanted to quickly mention about burrs. So there are so many different types, but there are also different coarseness. So most burrs, they have a colour band around it to know what coarseness it is. And here is the chart for you guys if you guys were interested. And one thing that I have learned over time is that you really do need to hold the toe steady when you're using the e-file, because that e-file can get a little bit out of control if you don't have control of it and of the client's toes. So I always make sure to hold onto the toe as I'm using the e-file, otherwise that e-file is going all over the place. Now to finish off the nails, I am going to be filing it with my Diamond Deb file. So the next part of the appointment, I'm going to be treating my client's callus around the heels. So here I'm going to be using my number 10 blade. The heel can be pretty tricky to reach, so I decided to sit on the floor, which I do quite a lot. This is just to reach those areas safely, because now I can see what I'm doing. I'm actually more level and I'm not leaning over so much, so this is a good position for me. Okay, so now I am finishing off the heels after paring it down with the blade. I use the foot file grits and I apply it to my glove, and I work it around the heel and the rest of the foot. This is to smooth out what I've done. Here I then apply a nail oil and a urea-based foot cream, and I usually give the feet a nice massage as well. And now for cleaning and packing away. So with wipes, I wipe down everything that has been touched. When it comes to removing the blade from the holder, I use my blade remover, which is really simple to do. I then put all my dirty instruments and burrs into airtight containers, and my burrs, because they can get easily lost by the way amongst all the rubbish, so I have a separate container for them, and this will then get washed and sterilised in my autoclave once I get home. Here I'm now getting rid of all my rubbish by placing it in the puppy pad. I also use the wipes to wipe down myself and my arms and my hands. This all gets bundled into my apron, which I then tie a nice secure knot, and then I give it to my client, who then puts it in their waste bin. Okay, so at the end of the appointment, which is very, very important as well, I arrange the next one with my client, unless they've already booked multiple appointments with me already, which is usually up to the year. Now, sometimes I write my notes in their home, but mainly once I get in the car, if I'm honest, because for me, it's actually easier. Well guys, that's the end of my home visit. I hope you enjoyed it and that you got a bit of a glimpse into a home visit appointment. So this is one version of a home visit appointment. And guys, I will see you guys in the next one.